Hey, it's Jillian with Mindful Minutes and Moms for Mental Health. And today we are doing an interview with a representative from Arundel County Public Libraries on their new grief lending library.
Time, but the official name is the Healing Library, Death of a Loved One.
Healing Library, Death of a Loved One. Okay. And do you have other, are there other, either are there yet or are there going to be other similar kind of things to deal with, like, not just the death of a loved one, but other kind of mental health type things?
Yeah, so let me kind of give some background on the project. I cannot take credit for creating this wonderful resource. This was created by some children's librarians and social workers, kind of spread out throughout. But Megan Emery is a children's librarian from Chattanooga, Tennessee. And it was kind of her idea. She collaborated with several other people and really got this off the ground. And when she made it, it was really released as an open source sort of thing that other libraries could take and run with and customize for their own communities. She did a wonderful training on it, which is how I learned about it. So the original kit is specifically for death of a loved one, sort of a universal experience, a good starting point, right? There are other kits available, not in Anne Arundel County right now, but the other ones that the Healing Library, as the original organization, has created would be for those affected by a family member diagnosed with dementia. And then there is death of a pet as well. And I believe that they are also working on one for COVID-19 resources. There is one for divorce and separation. And all of these are really geared towards gathering resources in one place so that parents can have some guidelines and tools to help explain difficult topics to their young children.
Yeah, that's great. I think we get requests all the time for various topics surrounding mental health or different struggles that families are going through. And one of the first questions people always ask is there a book recommendation somebody has? And it's usually a book for an adult and a book for a child. So tell me a little bit about I can't even remember what you just said, the whole name of it was. Tell me about the grief kit
Sure,
that you guys have here in Anne Arundel County, where people can access it, what branches, and exactly what's included in the kit.
Absolutely, I'd love to. So the Healing Library right now, and it was really released as sort of a pilot project. So we only have 8 kits. And we kind of have to, see how this is serving the community and get some more feedback before we can do anything further with it. But what they look like are, I wish I had one here with me right now, but they're all checked out, which is where we want them to be.
Right.
So it's kind of a suitcase size, bright blue case. And in that suitcase are 8 books and then several packets of paper that sort of explain how to use the different tools in the kit. And then we also include several packages that give the resources and the tools to do activities that are suggested by the guides. For instance, we have the Master Gardeners were kind enough to donate seeds. So one of the activities is get planting. So we have seeds that patrons are expected to keep and use, like many of the other activities in this. We have a packet that includes watercolors and paper for one of the activities that's listed, which is watercolor feelings. We also have a sensory bag for kids who might have sensory issues or respond better to more tactile tools. And that whole bag is meant to be kept by the families. It just includes like a little stress ball and some bubbles and balloons and other things that can just kind of be used and kept. We also have a journal. So we were able to get these nice hardback journals for kids that are, maybe starting to get into writing, or maybe they really are a little bit older and they enjoy writing. So they keep this journal and it goes along with the journaling activity. And then there's also note cards in there for, I think one of the activities is write a letter. And so each of these activities kind of has some instructions for helping parents guide children through them. And then these are all things that we hope the families keep. And each time the kits are returned, we replenish them here at the library.
That's amazing.
Yes. One of the other really, really wonderful things that I cannot forget to mention is, so this kit is really just about getting a family started in navigating this whole journey of grief, which looks so different for everyone. And especially right now with the pandemic, how we deal with grief is changing. Maybe our last goodbyes don't look like what they used to, funerals, memorial services, these are all impacted. And so this is another tool that can maybe help us navigate in ways that, you know, we're trying to substitute for what we don't have anymore. So this is just a start, and there is a wonderful list of resources in the kit to help families continue on this journey after they've returned to the kit. So one of our greatest partners in this that we recommend checking out is the Hospice of the Chesapeake.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, so they have a lot of really wonderful resources led by experts. And the point of the kit is to get started, but also to connect families so that they can continue on that healing process.
Right. What an amazing thing. I mean, the library's always been a great resource for pretty much everything a family can think of, but what an amazing thing you're doing to kind of promote healing and kind of, you know, take the load and the burden off of families dealing with grief. So what branch are you with?
So I am in the Severn Library of Arundel County Public Libraries. We've got 16 branches. The kit is based out of this branch, but it is able to be delivered to any branch in Anne Arundel County through our regular delivery system, which operates, you know, on weekdays. So in order to have access to this kit, patrons would, you know, either call a branch or go online to our online catalog, and they can search Healing Library, and then they can place a hold on it just like they would with any other item that we have. It could get sent to the branch that they choose, and then they'll get a notice when it's ready to be picked up. And during this time, we have a pretty strict quarantining process for all of our items, and the Healing Library is no exception. It goes through all of the same 96-hour quarantine, and then I'll be making sure that the materials inside are wiped down if they're reused and sanitized. You replenish it and send it back out again. I do very much look forward to hearing people's feedback when they use the kits. There's a survey inside where some feedback would be really valuable in making this project more applicable to the community and improving upon it. So if anybody does get a chance to give me any of that feedback, I'd be happy to hear it.
Yeah, definitely. Well, the good thing too is that even if the kits are all checked out, people can always give you guys a call and ask for recommendations on resources. And I'm sure even if the kits aren't available immediately, you can always point them in the right direction to get started in the meantime.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, wonderful. Okay, well, thank you so much for all of this great information. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for asking the question and helping to get the word out.